Hello everyone and welcome to Cooking Live. I'm Chef Patrice and I'm going to make you a better cook. On the menu this week, of course, two dishes that we have. We're going to start by a soup today. We're going to make a cauliflower soup with butternut squash and a little bit of dry cranberry for texture. It's going to be wonderful, perfect for the season. We're following up also with, yes, a rabbit hunter style, which means we're going to braise or saute the rabbit with some tomatoes, some white wine, and we're going to garnish this with pearl onions, bacon, and mushrooms. This is a perfect dish for the season, of course. Always a big fan. Now, if you do not want to use a rabbit, you can always substitute the rabbit by chicken, and there we go. You have another dish right there. Okay, very good. And I'm going to grab the cauliflower. This is a great cauliflower right here. This is those recipes I like to remind everybody are for 4 people. So I was able to find just the perfect size. If you do have a larger cauliflower, either produce more soup or don't use it all in the soup, okay? What do we do with the cauliflower? The first thing you want to do is removing the core. Be careful with your knife in here. This is a little tough to cut and it could be moving, so you don't want to cut yourself, so pay attention. And I'm just going to cut the core like that and have some of those big leaves out. And then you can use your hand also to try to remove a little bit more. This way you have a visual on what's going on, and then we know where to put the knife next, okay? So you can see what I'm doing here, snapping the green leaves. Again, I'm going to get rid of this. There is no more rabbit. Let's talk about drinking now. I mean, you know, it's time, right? I think so. So here's the thing. We have 2 wines today. We're only going to use one. We're going to use white wine for the rabbit, for the seared rabbit. But we're going to be drinking red wine. So I'm going to start by drinking a little bit of red wine, right? And I want you to do the same. So I got my glass in here. I think with the rabbit red wine, and I'm using a Côte d'Iron. I like Côte d'Iron with the rabbit. In the south of France, there's a lot of rabbit. There's a lot of rabbit around here also. But I mean, I'm thinking about this rabbit who is nearby the big bushes of rosemary and thyme and the grapes from the Côte d'Iron. So it's going to work so well together, right? And garlic. They don't believe me that rabbit hang out near the garlic. Of course they do. All right. So Côte d'Iron would be perfect for rabbit, I think. All right. So I don't know what to put my knife really in the limit between the back and the leg, and I'm gonna cut it straight like this. And with my knife here, I'm gonna cut through the bone. Okay, you can see that very easily. I'm gonna move that on the side, and you have to see here. What I want to do is cut right there and right here. This is the back. This is the backbone. There's not much meat in here, so I'm gonna place my knife on the side, and then again with the same, with the back of the knife like that, just cut it. Remove the first leg. Come back in here. You have the back in here. There's no meat. There's a lot of bone in here. So I'm placing my knife on the side. And again, with the back of the knife, there we go, cut it. We're not going to do anything with this. I'm going to throw that away. Okay, very good. Now I have the leg in here, the 2 legs. One thing you can do with the legs, if you want, is, again, separate the thighs and the leg. So you can do that. There you go. So you take your metal skewer like that. And look at this. And you insert the metal skewer into the spinal cord of the rabbit. Can you see right there? You can see very well. You insert it all the way to the end. Okay, you see? Perfect. Right there, nice close up. Thank you very much. And then what you do, you stand it up like that. So you have to back up. Okay, you hold on, you put your knife against the skewer. And you put your skewer down. And you put your knife against the skewer. And then you go ahead and cut. And look what happened. You just cut your rabbit right in the middle of the spinal cord. Is that a good technique or what? All right, very nice. And it's all right. While this is going on, now if you're not ready to eat right now, it's okay. But for me, we're going to be ready here. So, oops, I'm going to heat up my soup. I'm going to put that in the back burner here in a very low heat. Be careful, everyone. If you reheat the soup, it's been passed. So, which means all the sediment and the thickness of the soup may fall on the bottom of the pan and burn very quickly. So low heat, stir it often with a whisk maybe, and then you'll be okay. All right, look at this. My butter starts to melt with the olive oil. I'm going to grab the Brussels sprout and delicately, of course, put them in the pan. I just don't want to drop it in case I have water in the bottom of that pot, the bowl. There we go. Temperature is perfect right here. A little bit of salt and pepper goes on top. A little bit of salt. Maybe a little bit more salt. There we go. And some black pepper. Good amount of pepper. This is good. All right, we're going to let them roast a little bit in the pan. In the meantime, what we're going to do is send the soup. We're going to present the soup. Okay, so mine is in the back burner here getting hot. There we go. I'm going to take a ladle like that and mix it up to make sure that, yeah, that looks good. Again, if you think the soup, mine is on the edge in here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add a little bit of chicken stock, just a little bit to thin it up a little bit. Now remember, if the soup is not quite hot, it's going to look thick. So wait until it gets really hot before you add any liquid. This way you can really see what's going on. I'm going to crank mine up in the back here. There we go. I like to test it at the last second to make sure I have enough salt. And remember, we need to add more. Beautiful soup. I think I'm going to stay okay with the salt here. That's fun. All right, let's crank this up here. Okay, we're good. We got truffle oil, garnishes. We have our butternut squash. Let's do it. Okay. Now, I don't know if I showed you that trick before. So what I want to do here is I'm going to keep that plate for the rabbit. I'm going to give you two examples of how I can set up that soup. I love those little dishes with the lion on the side here. They have this. Okay, very nice. It looks beautiful. Perfect. I'm going to leave it in here for everyone to see. But we have a sample of the plate over there. If you want to bring that soup plate back in here, this way we have a nice group of a plate over there. All right, very good. So I hope you enjoyed this class. I think my time is up now. But I really enjoyed making those dishes for you and showing you, of course, so that's. And don't forget to join us next Saturday, of course, on Cooking Live at 4 o'clock every Saturday for a live session. If you have any questions, of course, email me at chefpatrice at cooking-live.com. Okay? So